I'm Leslie Mon, one of the volunteers working on the Firefly Park Outdoor Learning Program, and I'm here today with Jennifer Wright to talk about wetlands. Thanks for being here, Jen. Why don't you tell us a bit about your background and areas of expertise?
Great, thank you for inviting me. Yes, I've always been fascinated with wetlands since an early age. There was a pond and a spring down the dirt road from my house, and I used to sit and watch the wildlife around the pond, such as beavers and birds. My education and work experience is in wetland ecology, and I've restored a variety of wetlands, such as peat bogs and freshwater bulrush marshes.
That sounds fascinating. What can you tell us about the importance of wetlands specifically in Cache Valley?
Cache Valley has many different wetlands. Wetlands are an important feature in any landscape as they provide numerous beneficial services for people and not just wildlife. They provide flood protection, water quality improvement, and even recreation for humans. During the spring runoff, wetlands provide flood protection to the neighborhoods such as near Blacksmith Fork and Logan Rivers, as that river water can overflow into adjacent wet meadows instead of into housing areas and cropland. As far as recreation, the Cutler Marsh Complex here in Cache Valley offers numerous hunting, fishing, and kayaking opportunities.
That's great. Help us understand how wetlands fit into our greater water system. Where does the water go, and why is that important?
Sure, wetlands play a crucial role in the ecology of any watershed, and here in our area that is the Bear River watershed. All of Cache Valley's rivers and streams flow into the Bear River. The combination of shallow water, high level of nutrients, and the vegetation form a base of a complex food web that feeds species of fish, amphibians, and insects. Most species of birds and mammals of Cache Valley rely on these wetlands for food, water, shelter, such as during migration and breeding season.
Speaking of birds, tell us why wetlands are important to birds.
Sure, they're important because wetlands provide shelter and an important forage area for numerous species such as Canada geese, ducks, sandhill cranes, snow geese, and even white-faced ibis. There are several types of wetlands in Cache Valley, and they include marshes, wet meadows, forested shrub riparian, which means areas that are adjacent to the rivers and streams, and an open water which is less than 6 feet deep. These varied wetland habitats can support small songbirds, raptors, waterfowl, and wading birds such as herons.
That sounds like such diversity. That's wonderful. We know that wetlands are in danger of being lost, though, so tell us about the possible impacts of wetlands loss.
Loss of wetlands can impact both us humans and wildlife. Without the wetland vegetation along the rivers and streams, flooding and property damage can increase. When wetlands are impacted and habitats are lost, then the food web is also altered, and the wildlife is forced to find new sources of food, water, and shelter. Species such as sandhill cranes need large wet meadow complexes and pasture land areas to raise their young. Many agriculture and rangeland areas are quickly becoming converted to new housing developments, and this habitat loss impacts species such as the sandhill cranes.
So what can we, as Cache Valley citizens, do to help protect our wetlands?
Sure, there's a lot we can do. During the heat of summer here in Cache Valley, most of our wetlands are spring-fed, but they still rely upon year-round rainfall and winter snowpack to replenish the water table. Residents of Cache Valley can easily conserve their water by reducing lawn watering during the cooler part of the day and then keep your lawn at least 3 to 4 inches high. That way you can retain the water longer and keep out the weeds. And then on a regional national level, you can help conserve wetlands by purchasing federal duck stamps. 98% of that purchase price goes directly to help acquire and protect wetland habitats. I think it's only $25. Healthy habitats also enhance outdoor recreation opportunities, which can provide an economic incentive to our community and have people come here.
Jen, thanks so much for talking with us today and helping us understand more about wetlands.
Great, thanks for having me.